selected from BSL, and winner of this match will go and face Julia for the advancement match.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm ready to go. Are you ready, Zero?
Yeah, of course. If you're ready, Mr. Rabbit, we can go.
Let's do it. So this is game number 4 of the day, the losers match, to find out which player will be eliminated from BSL Season 8.
And spawning on the top right position as a green Terran, directly from Poland. This is Mr. Szymon Ziggy.
And his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner of the map in the cobalt blue. This is Castro. I'm pretty excited to watch this. Not only because this is my favorite color of all the new colors that they added, this like kind of like light blue color, but also because I'm kind of pulling for my man Ziggy. You know, I said no biased casters were allowed. That's why we kicked Nyoken out. Really, I mean, I have cast with Ziggy before. He's pretty good at StarCraft 1 and 2, and I'm just kind of excited to see what he has in store, because I don't think we really got a chance to see what he was made of in that first game against DeWall.
Yeah, you're right. It's hard to show your full potential if you are playing against a player who is one of the best in the world and who is applying so much pressure on you that all you are trying to do is to survive and not trying to show what you have in your pocket. So I think Ziggy, especially in TVZ, I feel like TVZ is a little bit easier matchup for the Terrans. So I feel like Ziggy will have definitely much easier time to deliver some good actions in this series.
Yeah, you're right. You know, while we're getting this started, I have a question, Zero. Okay.
Yeah.
How did you find the map Clay Fields?
How this map ended up to be in the BSL map pool, right? This is the question. So this is a good question. So we was thinking like all the time BSL to answer it correctly. BSL is constructed the way that we are having the ladder stage, right? So because we are having ladder stage qualifications, we want to have at least 3 maps from the ladder pool to have in our map pool, just to have players to give players a possibility to practice our map pool in the ladder. We are also adding some new maps. To the these maps were made like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We are trying to give the maps which are new and which are not like boring, I would call them. So this is how we choose. We decided to choose, for example, Crossing Field, which is pretty new map, but this is also Korean map. And we also took the Clayfield is a map made by Mr. Jukado and the foreigner map maker, and Quintessence is map made by Mr. Freakling, also foreigner map maker. So this is a foreigner map maker map, and we also wanted to support foreigner map makers. So these are the reasons we choose these maps.
Yes. So the reason I ask that is because probably no one's really heard of Clayfield before. I don't think it's been played in any leagues. Obviously, it was played in BWCL, which I think is where a lot of these maps are first played. But it is just a very new map. So if you haven't seen this map before, then don't worry. We're all kind of learning some things. And it's a pretty fundamentally solid map. It's got an easy natural, high ground main, low ground natural, a big platform in the middle with a few minerals, but it's not like you're going to build a base and mine from those minerals. It's just kind of a high ground staging area.
You are right, but if it will come to the situation where we have map split scenario, these minerals in the middle can change few things. But yeah, you are right, and this is a correct map. I'm always looking at the stuff like if Protoss can make proper wall-in over here, because in current meta you can't like allow that map in the tournament where Protoss can't make a proper wall-in, of course. So it's like there are a few things we was thinking about before deciding on this map pool, and I'm really happy about it. I think it will be interesting and we will have great games on it.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. It is definitely a new map, so let's keep an eye on this. As far as openers, there's a hatchery opener from Castro for Ziggy. He's just playing this very, very safe, going for factory expand, I believe. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Whew. I was like, this isn't 111, is it? I was like, no, he's got 600 minerals. So, yeah. And so he's totally safe from just about everything, but on the other side, consequently, this vulture is going to get in.
Ooh, it's so close. Oh my god, if it would be Terror, then it would be GG. This is how Terror killed Larva.
Yeah, oh god, yeah, you're right. I'm just watching this vulture control. God, can't catch me. Kind of funny to see that sunken hit all the way up to the high ground there. But hey, when your vulture is in your base, you're gonna have a bad time.
Oh yeah, and Ziggy is doing great job microing, but also Castro is moving his links very smartly. He's trying to flank the vulture all the time, so it's hard to micro against it.
Yeah, really good vulture control here from Ziggy. Like, he is actually controlling this super well. He's killed off 4, 5, 6, 7 Zerglings, keeping it alive. He's got scouting information. Now, I will say he hasn't killed any drones yet, and he doesn't finally lose that vulture. But it was still good scouting information, still slowed down the Zergling count. But I definitely would have liked to see him get some actual economic damage done with that.
But, I mean, he did it, but not, like, directly, because look how many links he forced from Castro. This should be drones, but now, since these are the links, like, he just lowered the number of drones about 6, just because Castro made 12 links, right?
Yes.
Or do you think, like, it's
right.
some kind of timing attack? Because, like, I would think that this is kind of timing attack if he would have speed, but speed is halfway done, so maybe it's directed to the longer stage of the game. Oh, we will have Runbay. Oh no.
Oh yeah, I was really worried there. So you can run those behind the mineral patch, or behind their minerals if you want, but obviously you're gonna either lose one or take some damage, and obviously the Zerglings can mess you up. So my question is, yeah, what are these 12 lings doing up here? I thought he was gonna try to like kill the bunker or something, but then I was like, okay, no, this is Castro. He's definitely gonna try to like run by and get into the main. So we'll see what these Zerglings are for in a second, because he was a little bit vulnerable there for a second if these three vultures wanted to get in.
I think these links now will have huge potential to deal a lot of damage. It's only one bunker, and if he will surround it with 12 links, it should be definitely easy. And he will run by. No, he will kill the bunker, and there are no vultures here to help the bunker, and he will definitely not repair it on time. So this is perfect timing attack from Castro.
Wow, he executed that perfectly. Ziggy didn't pull a single SCV to save that bunker or block for the Marines. That just died. And now the Lings are also in the main, so this is the worst of both worlds. Ziggy, taking so much damage from just 12 Zerglings.
Wow. Yeah, this is what Castro needed. And we need to keep in mind that he's already mining from his third base, and he's mining almost fully, so his situation is overall really good. I'm only wondering if he will go for mass muta style or maybe some kind of Hydra risks.
Yeah, I mean, any follow-up after this is going to be really strong. I think you expect your opponent to prepare for mutas right now, and so if you go Hydra follow-up, I think that's probably stronger. It feels weird, but if he knew that his opponent was... because he got into the main and saw everything with his Zergling, so when you see that armory, you're pretty sure your opponent's going to make Goliaths, and Goliaths suck against a bunch of Hydras, especially if they have Carapace. But it is actually going to be Mutas. So yeah. I think Ziggy should be okay. Yeah,
he should be okay. He's like, Ziggy is very good with his tech play. Like, he is like definitely much more mech player in TVZ than Marines and Medic player. So I know that he's experienced in that, and I know that he has some timing attacks about it, prepared in this mech style. So I'm wondering, like, what will be the time, because now he's definitely prepared against Mutas, right? He's prepared perfectly.
Yeah, obviously if you have a ton of Mutas, Goliaths don't really cut it, especially if they have this Carapace like you can see is being upgraded. But no, not Julia, sorry, I've still got that last name stuck in my head. Castro's in a great spot. He's gonna have 5 hatches up. He's already got this bottom right-hand corner totally up, safe and sound, and Ziggy just kind of has to hang on.
I'm wondering, why would you like because he's already going for the Academy, already armor. I don't know what's the exact build order when you are going mech, but I'm really a fan of having 6 factories on 2 bases, and I would like to see that, definitely. But
yeah. No, I mean, Ziggy, I'm sure he wishes he had 6 factories on 2 bases right now. He's not quite there yet. He's got to stay alive against these 6 mutas, and obviously there's going to be maybe a few more to follow. But we are finally seeing the transition to Hydras, Hydra speed coming up immediately following this, and man, Castro is just killing it. So I think for Ziggy, he did hold on. He definitely needs to get that +1 done before he even thinks about like moving out or doing anything like that. And this is a weird map because you have to protect yourself against these high ground blocks that are outside your natural.
Yeah. And already 5 hatcheries from Castro, really good economy. He's having the same amount of drones as SCV, as Ziggy is having SCVs, so it's definitely a good position from him. Third base is well saturated and defended by the 3 Hydralis in case of some Vulture harassment would come by. So Castro position looks very strong, but we can't underestimate Ziggy. It's a Terran and it's TVZ.
Yeah, that's true. And Terran's got 2 bases. How many bases does the Terran need, Zero? The answer's 2.
Yeah, exactly. Answer's 2. Even against so 5 bases of Zerg.
Look, dude, 2 bases can do a lot. And these are full bases. It's not like they're like depleted or whatever. He's gonna be able to stay on this. There's 10,000 gas he can find a purpose for. And he's got great upgrades. He just finished +1, or he's just finishing +1 right now. He's getting all of his tech up absolutely perfectly. He's getting +1 armor right now as well. And so even though the Zerg is pretty scary, I'm pretty sure Ziggy is kind of safe for the time being, which is exactly what Terrans want to be.
Yeah, but how many mutas it is? Like, it is like 18 mutalisks with +1 carapace, and I think Castro is waiting until Ziggy will move out from his base to his timing attack, and he will, even if there are 4 turrets in the main base, it's definitely not enough to deal with 18 mutalisks, so I think Castro is just waiting for the perfect time to attack.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right. He's trying to figure out, okay, where are these Goliaths? Because he can attack it. Oh, wow, he's actually running straight into the Goliaths. These are carapace mutas, and Goliaths do not do very well against them. There are a lot of mutas here, and I think Ziggy might just barely not have enough Goliaths. This is so crazy. These mutas tank forever.
I didn't expect that to happen. I didn't expect that this mutas will be able to handle this Goliaths, but somehow mutas are strong, we can see.
They really are. That carapace upgrade gets that makes them take extra shots to kill. So they are very, very good against Goliaths at that point, especially because he had like you said, like 18 of them. So he's coming back with more. He's got a full, I guess this is another 18 mutas. He's just going to shove right down the middle of this army. But I think he should probably just run into the main, right?
Yeah, he should, because there are all the Goliaths over here, so it will be definitely very hard to do anything over here. But maybe he's like trying to show to his opponent that he's flying around here and now he will go to the main base. So he will keep all the Goliaths over here, and Ziggy is like adding more turrets in the main base, so it will be 5, but like in the large number of turrets, against the large number of mutas, turrets are not very good.
Yeah, no, they basically don't exist. And here we go. Yeah, here we go into the main. Now, there are a lot of turrets here, so he's going to take some time, and he is going to lose a couple of mutas here. This is also going to serve to pull all of the Goliaths back into the main. Losing a couple of mutas for free there as they fly in. This is mostly just to be annoying. I think that Castro is just buying time for his 6th base, or his 6th hatchery, 4th base to come up. Because obviously a Zerg on 4 bases is just going to be able to pump out infinity Hive Tech units.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you're
actually,
right.
He doesn't have Hive yet.
Yeah, but even though if he will be on 5 bases, he will be able to out-macro his opponent. I think with pure Hydra Muta. So
yeah.
So it's still great position for Castro, but like the only thing, like the only way I can see Ziggy winning this game is to have one huge engagement and Castro losing all the units in this engagement, because otherwise the situation is perfect for Castro. He's playing magnificently this game. I really like it. Look at the surprise.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, look, Goliaths are kind of like Hydras. Zergs can win the game by just building infinity Hydralisks and moving across the map. Kind of the same things with Goliaths. Like, they're not great against Hydras, and obviously like lurkers and some stuff, but they're pretty good. So Ziggy does have a pretty scary army, especially now that he has Carapace completed, which really helps him take less damage against these Mutaglaves.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely.
Let's see. Here we go. Ziggy moving out.
He's moving out. He's having 3 tanks in his army composition, and there are a lot of Hydra-esque already, so he needs to be careful, because if he will allow Castro to snipe his Mutalisks, to snipe his tanks, it will be the same like in ZVP if he will snipe the High Templars of the Protoss army. It's like, this is the unit which is doing splash damage.
Yeah. Yeah, you're exactly right. Now there's a bunch of mutas. He doesn't have any like lings. He has maybe a control group of Hydras, but he's gonna try to defend here in the middle of the map. And I want to see if Ziggy wants to go for a push, or if he's just trying to take a third base here. Yeah, he actually just taking his third, because he built that extra command center. So if he can get a third base up, then he'll actually not be in a terrible spot. It'll give him time to get Irradiate +2.
Yeah, definitely. If he will go to the situation where we'll have 200 versus 200, he can win as well, because 200 of a Terran should be better than 200 of a Zerg.
I mean, in theory, like Plague and Swarm is good, right?
Oh, yeah.
So let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is this weird I won't stop building mutas and you can't make me style that some Zergs like to play. And like, it's okay, but you know, there's other units.
So I would like to see maybe Queens, if you are going for... I love Queen style. Hydra plus Queen style is my favorite against Mech. But let's see if Castro will go for that.
I totally agree. I love all spellcasters, especially underutilized ones. I think Queens are amazing. So I would say they're great in this particular position. But I don't think only mutas is going to win you this game. Especially not against Goliaths with +2.
Oh yeah, Goliaths with plus... Yeah, the upgrades for the Mech army are, I think, the most significant. Like, they are making the biggest difference. And look how many turrets there is. It's like PvT defending against recall.
You'll never recall these mutas into my base.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Oh my god, what am I watching? Zero.
Oh, so
he's
donating some Mutalisks.
Yeah, watch this irradiate. Oh, he's at 68. 69, 70. He doesn't have enough energy for irradiate. Oh, that would have been so good. Oh, and this is still going to be gigantic. I'm watching.
Yeah, this is the spell that Ziggy needs to get back to this game. It's already 180 supply from Castro. This macro is so crazy. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah, Castro's macro is on point. Now, let's see. Where's the irradiate? Oh, boom goes the dynamite. Look at that irradiate damage. Oh, he actually pulled the irradiated muta somehow immediately. And that means that these Hydras are going to do great against the mutas. The siege tanks are not sieged. This vessel doesn't do anything. I think Castro wins from here. Yeah, this is gonna kill everything. Wow.
If the tanks would be sieged, I think Ziggy might have a chance, because like he traded relatively well, but there was just too much Castro, too many units from Castro.
Yo, credit to Ziggy to get a third base up and running, well defended. He took some really good fights, had what he needed to hold on for just long enough, but the macro that Castro is able to have from taking all these extra bases just way out of control. So congratulations, Castro takes game number 1.
Oh my god, that's so impressive. That was a very impressive game from our Peruvian player. But still, Ziggy is saying on the chat that he forgot siege mode in this game. So this is what happens. This is a money for huge stake in Brood War, so you can be nervous, right?
I mean, look, yeah, Brood War is a stressful game, especially when you're playing like your elimination match. It's there's going to be a lot more on the line, so definitely, not. I mean, keep in mind, Castro still lost his game against Julia in that one crazy muta game. So just because you lose a game doesn't mean you're a terrible player or whatever. It's just really exciting to see these games that I've just never really kind of seen this play out that way before. And also it's on Clayfield, so it's kind of a new map, at least for me. So I'm still kind of trying to figure out how games are going to play out on it.
Oh, I think now we will have the next map will be Sylphid, because now since it's best of 3, we will have the next match between Ziggy and Castro on Clayfield. Oh, on Sylphid, excuse me.
Okay,
stupid.
yeah, I was gonna say, like, we don't play the same map twice, right? It's not loser picks. We're not having the salty run back here. So yeah, this is gonna be Sylphid. So this is definitely a map everybody knows.
Yeah, so the rule is that the winner player can eliminate one map, so the Clayfield minus one map, and out of the 5 remaining maps, Ziggy can choose the map for the next match.
Ah, okay. So I think that's as it should be. That makes a lot of sense. I think I need to be scooted over just a little bit behind my camera. I would scoot myself over, but you know, Zero's in control here, so he's gotta
this
do
way?
everything.
Or
Yeah. Yeah,
you mean
towards you.
Oh, like closer to me.
Yeah. No, that's further away. Okay, yeah,
That's-
yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. Sweet. We're ironing out the kinks here. And if anybody of you are like, you know, where's Ziggy? Where's Nyoken? Well, both of them were playing competitive professional StarCraft games today, so we gave them the day off. And hopefully we'll have, I think, Ziggy back here tomorrow, and then Nyoken back here next week. And I've got a super secret surprise with Nyoken casting next week, so shh, it's gonna be awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just.
did you
teasing
say
them.
something?
They'll never guess.
No.
They'll never guess. They don't know. They can't guess.
No.
They wish they knew, but they don't know. Anyway, it's time for our second game in this best of 3 elimination match, Zero.
Yeah, this is time, Mr. Rapid, and I think we can go, right?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's go. Game number 2. So, spawning on the 4 o'clock position as a blue Terran, directly from Poland, this is Mr. Ziggy.
And his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner in the red playing Zerg is Castro. Yeah, game number 2. So Ziggy fighting for his tournament life on the line. Same thing for Castro. Definitely does not want to get kind of reverse swept and surprisingly lose the game, but he looked pretty solid in game 1.
Oh yeah. Like, Ziggy also looked solid. Ziggy played really well, but like he allowed for so much and he didn't scout the bottom right expansion. And it was his main mistake, I think, in this game. But now he's going for some sneaky 8 racks in the middle, so this is what we all have been waiting for.
Yeah, I love it. Especially if you want to go for a 12 hatch opener, get a little greedy. Let's see what the opener is actually going to be here, because there's already an Overlord in production. We're not going for those 9 pools. This is going to be potentially a great opportunity for Ziggy if he guesses right about where to go. He's got that second SCV. Where is that barracks? Yeah, there it is.
Oh, wow, it's even double racks.
Dirty BBS.
Ooh. I didn't see it for such a long time. I don't think we even seen it in the previous season, so already we are having ZVZ with over 100 supplies and BBS, so this season will be great.
I was gonna say, look, this is exactly what I said. This is 12 hatch versus BBS. I don't know if there's a harder counter out there, but this is definitely looking good for Ziggy.
Oh yeah, and Castro is even going for greedy drone.
You're right. Oh my god. Okay, well, this is where we find out, is StarCraft a just and fair game? Because in theory, Ziggy should just walk in and kill him, but we'll find out. I mean, drones are pretty good.
And he's not suspecting anything. Now he's seeing the second SCV, so I think he should suspect something. And like the good thing that he's having the Overlord to the on top of the natural of Ziggy, so he will have a mineral to drill the drones to when he will be defending. So it will give him some opportunity to defend, but I think the he lost Overlord! No more links for you, my friend. Oh,
okay.
Ziggy, sneaky bastard.
Yeah, Ziggy is definitely I mean, look, he's got to watch out for these drones. They're doing a nice kind of, not a drill, but oh, he's already losing 1 drone here. Brilliant focus fire. Look at that kiting on the Marines. Is this like a bot playing? Oh my god, he's doing so well. But he is actually losing Marines. They're very, very low, and so he is going to be pushed back. But look at how many drones are going down. Oh my God, Ziggy, my man.
And Ziggy suddenly having economical advantage, doubling the the peon numbers.
Yeah, if you can call it that. We're down to 4 drones, and the bunker is going up in time. Oh, Ziggy executing this build order. Maybe not to perfection, but good enough. Fantastically played, and about the hardest counter you can get.
Oh, but Castro is trying to defend it, but he's focus firing. No, it will not be enough, and Ziggy will tie the series up.
Yeah, he's gonna kill off that sunken, and boom goes the dynamite. GG, Ziggy ties the series up 1-1.
So, it don't have to be a long game to be exciting one, right?
Oh man, I really like that. There's some people talking in chat, maybe some build optimizations there, but the fundamentals are, you know, there's some great rules of StarCraft. Some things just beat other things, and that's definitely one of them. Really well done there by Ziggy, mixing it up and catching Castro going for a little bit of a greedy build.
Yeah, and he was punished for having a greedy drone, and I really like that punishment. If you are going, for example, if someone is complaining that he killed me with mass links, so why wouldn't you make like 2 more cannons? Like, it's your option, you didn't make cannons, and he used it, so I really like that move, and for future, every Zerg player who will face Mr. Ziggy will go for 12 hatch and pull after that. No greedy drone involved.
Yeah, and also, especially on 2 and 3 player maps, yeah, scout the center. it's a good place to know what's there. Because he did lose that Overlord earlier, and he didn't scout through the center when he was scouting with his early drone. So, you know, I mean, it's easy to look back afterwards and say, well, he could have done something different.
Yeah.
That does tie the series up at 1-1.
Exactly, and our next map will be Mr. Rapid, I'm waiting you to join the game, and you can see that already. New map.
I'm in.
It's new map of BSL, it's Quintessence!
That's right. This is the map people voted on, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is the map chosen by the community. So
Quintessence, they're not those things you don't use for runes anymore. They are a very hold on. I don't actually know. Hold on. Quintessence. The definition of quintessence is the most perfect or typical example of a quality. So in theory, the map Quintessence should be the most perfect version of a 5-player map ever. Now, do 5-player maps have perfect versions? I don't know, because that's just a little bit weird. You almost never see 5-player maps, but leave it to a guy like Freakling to make one of these.
Yeah, this is done by Mr. Freakling, so like first game was done by Mr. Ducado and now Mr. Freakling, so foreigner map makers are taking this serious.
Yeah, big fan obviously of Freakling. This map is kind of crazy. It looks a little bit like if you took Fighting Spirit and kind of stretched it. That's a terrible example, but like, you know, you've got the base in the middle and you've got like kind of like Sylphid-esque bases on the sides, but no inner bases. And that's kind of the interesting concept here. Everything's around the edge, but like, how do you play on a 5-player map, man?
I don't know. I think Bonnie very smartly pointed out that if you will miss your scouting, you can lose the game because of that sometimes. Because like every timings is like for 4 players map. So if you will have 2 players map, for 5 players map, it's harder to scout. So yeah, this is a very good point. And also I wanted to thank Mr. Bonnie for helping with creating this like interesting facts about the maps. This is done by Mr. Bonnie, so thanks for him for helping with that.
Oh wow, that's really awesome. Dude, Bonnet, he gives and gives for the community, for the good of the fans. Big fan, so thank you very much for that. Yeah, I actually just really want to know how this map plays out, because I remember sometimes there were 5-player maps in other leagues, but they didn't quite make it through. So I'm excited. Let's get into game number 3.
Mr. Capit, can you do introduction because I need to change one more thing.
I will. Okay, so here we go. We are getting into the final game of our elimination match. One of these players will be going home. So in the 6 o'clock location, in the olive, it looks like, is our Polish Terran player Ziggy. And in the 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock location, I promise I can tell time, is our brown Zerg player Castro.
Okay, so Quintessence, and do you remember the map called Singamer Gavon? This is the very old school map. It was basically very similar to this one. The only difference is that there wasn't power generators and mineral fields blocking the entrance to the mineral only. Beside that, it's very similar, like overall concept of the map to this one.
Yeah, I guess I can kind of see that. I don't remember that map, so I looked it up, and I'm like, okay, I understand what you're trying to point out there. I've never seen a game on that map, so I can't really like compare the playstyle. But just like Bonnet pointed out, if you scout the wrong way, like you're just never gonna find the guy. He just doesn't exist. You spawn by yourself on this map. But thankfully, they actually scouted each other first. So that's actually really exciting because it shows you that we're going to see what it looks like when you don't have to factor in that weird scouting anomaly. And when you spawn, this is actually close spawns. Feels weird to say close spawns on a 5-player map, but they are spawning in the 2 closest spawn locations to each other.
Exactly, I was even wondering if it's possible to siege tank, to reach with the siege tank from the main base to the mineral only, but I think it's done correctly and it's impossible. Oh, and even Ziggy is taking the gas from the Castro, so he doesn't want him to go for 2-hatch play, he wants to force him for 3-hatch play. That's interesting.
Wow, that is actually really interesting. He's actually gonna like fully build this too, so yeah, but that's the other thing, like, so it's a 5-player map, right? Does that help you expand? Because usually Zergs want to expand to like another main base, right?
Yeah.
But which another main base, you know?
Yeah.
I guess in theory it's the one that's farthest away, but there's also another main base that's just right on the other side of your natural.
Yeah, so I think you can go by the percentages. Like if you are playing on 4 players map, you have 50% chance to see if there is expansion in another main, and in this map we have 33% chances, right, to scan the main. So it's already a little bit better for the Zerg if you want to go for the hidden expansion.
Yeah, that's actually true. Because like just like it's hard to find your opponent when you scout at the beginning, it's also hard to find your opponent if he has a hidden base. So the Overlord from Castro is actually kind of sneaking around the map, maybe seeing if there's anything like that out there, but not necessarily checking each individual expansion. And keep in mind that the natural expansions are not that great on this map because there's destructible terrain that allows you to get a ramp to a high ground behind the natural expansion. So definitely something to think about.
Yeah, definitely it's worth to wait a little bit until your creep will be spreaded a little bit more to put your Sunkens as much as you can on the left in this position. And this Overload will survive? I can't believe it, I thought this Overload is dead. Oh, and the Marine will be punished for leaving.
Will he though? One more hit. Yeah, there you go. So yes, he will be punished. The Zerglings do die to the Vulture, but that was probably going to happen anyway. And man, this Geyser still has not been taken down. Took the one in the natural instead.
Yeah, because it's taking a lot of time, especially if you are, because he left, like he took first, with the first 2 links, Castro moved to kill this Marine, so he was not focusing on killing this refinery. And I'm wondering why he built lair in the main base instead of 2nd or 3rd hatchery. Then Ziggy wouldn't know the timing of the lair, but I think it's a very small thing and Ziggy can still figure it out, right?
Yeah, no, Ziggy's probably basically intelligent enough to figure that out. Although I will say on the other side, we what is he getting? Is he getting speed or mines? I guess obviously it's speed. Never mind. That was a stupid question. But
No, it wasn't.
natural expansion.
I think there was huge possibility that there will be mines if he would expect Hydralisk. So yeah, it's worth to check it.
Okay, well, certainly that's going to help with micro, but it's also going to mean that Castro can't really get out there and do anything for now. So we're at a little bit of a stalemate. We've seen a lot of kind of, like I said, PvE periods in the game. You can see Castro trying to sneak Zerglings out, but Ziggy is just camped outside of his natural. So this is where the backdoor kind of comes into play. So you can actually take third bases decently easily. It's a mineral only, especially if you're kind of contained one way or another. It does give you an option if you do want to take that mineral only.
Yeah, definitely. And now Castro is trying to find a gap where Ziggy is not looking, and he killed all the vultures. And now only 2 marines are left. So Ziggy needs to be careful. Yeah, he's evacuated.
I was talking about how Castro was like contained and might want to take the rear one. Instead, he just busts out, kills every vulture with mass Zerglings. Is he just gonna win the game here? Like, is he gonna? Like, can the Zerglings jump? Can they kill this command center? Like, what is happening? Castro, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's applying so much pressure, he's denying so much mining time, he's denying SCV production, and Ziggy needs to have like, I don't know, 4 or 5 Goliaths to move out, and the Mutas will be there in a second. Castro is already taking 12 o'clock base. This guy is in a great shape.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in a great shape. I think most of his games, we're gonna pretend that second game didn't happen. But he's already taking a third, which is actually at the main that's closest to his base. In theory, that's pretty good for him. And he's denying the natural expansion for Ziggy, who's really gonna have to work hard to have the units that he needs to push out.
Yeah, definitely. He would like to start making turrets in his natural, but he don't have access to his natural because the links are blocking it. So it's all working perfectly for Castro.
This is really interesting. I'm having a lot of fun figuring out how on earth this 5-player map works. And I guess this is kind of weird because it's close positions. If they were cross spawns here, obviously it'd be a little bit harder for the Zerglings to run all the way across the map and get to the natural expansion like they did here. But the mutas are out, so let's see. It's 7, soon to be joined by a couple more for a total of 9. They are running into a pretty lightly turreted main. There are 2 of them up. Thankfully, he's floating his command or his engineering bay, but I don't think it's actually positioned so you can't click on the turrets. Maybe one of them was hidden underneath. But either way, he drives the mutas out. Mission accomplished.
Oh, in the same time, run by the links of Castro. So he was planning to do that from the beginning, and he killed all the turrets in the natural right now. And where would you like to defend now, Mr. Ziggy? Because you can defend both locations.
Well, there is actually one turret that's either unclickable or he hasn't clicked it yet. It's hidden under that engineering base, so he's still not able to deal critical damage, but that natural expansion is totally devastated.
Huh. And already look at the supplies, it's 70 to 50. So huge advantage by Castro. His main base is very well saturated. He's sending 3 more drones over there. His natural is well saturated. Wow, this is great position for Mr. Castro, and it's not like Ziggy did some make some great mistake. It's like Castro is playing significantly this game.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. This is very, very difficult to play from this position when your opponent's putting on so much versatile pressure. And just to point out, like, Castro's macro has been insane. This entire series, taking extra bases all the time. He's taking another main base now, very similar to the way that he played in game number 1, just on a 5-player map, so it looks different.
Another base, and he's mining gas, so it should be mass mutas without even switching to the Hydralisks, right?
Right.
Plus one.
I'm just kind of impressed that Castro hasn't been able to find more damage. I think he will eventually, but hasn't happened yet.
Maybe he's waiting for the carapace until some kind of initial engagement, because maybe he have some kind of timing attack. It's like 11 plus 4, 15, 16 mutas from him already, 17. So it's against 11 Goliaths, so I think Ziggy should hold on still.
You think so? +1 versus carapace. I guess that's maybe better for the Goliaths? I don't know. There's also turrets here, so this is basically the worst possible fight that Castro could take. But he's running in with Zerglings again, trying to pick off these turrets. Repair coming through. Saved.
Yeah, perfect hold. But it's not only about defending, because Castro wants Ziggy to be in that situation. He wants him to stay in these two bases and being afraid to die. And in the same time he's taking fourth and saturating fourth and third base by himself. So it's really good position for him, and he is dictating the terms of this game, similar to the Clayfield one, I think.
Right, and yeah, this game is playing out almost exactly like the way that Clayfield played out. So really, I mean, if you're in Ziggy's position, you kind of just gotta hold on. Once again, very similar to the Clayfield one. I thought his command center in the natural was burning down for a second, but it's right over the threshold. That is very vulnerable. And so is the back of Ziggy's base. He's only got one or... Okay, he's got 3 turrets. Sorry, I didn't see them there, but this is a lot of mutas.
Yeah, this is like... And Castro still don't want to deal too much damage with it. He just wants to buy more time. Every second works great for him. And look how many turrets there are.
Yeah, every turret you force out. Yeah, forcing out turrets for Terran is sort of like forcing out Lings for Zerg. Like, you know, they could be drones, and those turret minerals could be, you know, other buildings that could make stuff. So, Ziggy's producing off of 6 factories right now, but it's kind of strained at this point. He hasn't actually even taken his natural gas either, so his tech is kind of struggling at this point. He hasn't even gotten his second mech upgrade.
Yeah, you're right, and he's going for mass turrets. I would like to see maybe some Vessel and Irradiate against mass mutas. Maybe it would be a better option, but it's gas heavy, so, and he's very low on gas, so maybe that's why he's not didn't decide to go for that.
Right. Well, here come the mutas again. Excuse me, very late here. They are gonna continue to kind of pile drive the southern side of the space, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turrets, and yet this is still too many mutas.
Oh, but Ziggy is moving out, so he forced a comeback from Castro. So if you don't know, like, the best defense is attack sometimes, and it worked this time.
Yeah. Best offense is a good the best defense is a good offense. Yeah, that one. That's what Ziggy was trying to do by pushing out, but he didn't actually do anything when he pushed out. The Zerglings were sent in ahead of the mutas, but now there's so many mutas, this could be the final fight of the game, and I think there's just too much for Castro.
Yeah, definitely. Just a lot of units. Like, there was even no tanks, so it was perfect army composition from Ziggy. But it's just too much of a Zerg. I think he will hold on eventually with the turrets. But oh no! Oh wow! Mutas are strong.
Wow.
I'm happy I'm Zerg.
Yeah, mutas are pretty good, man. I'm just gonna keep building those. Like, first Zerg wins by just building Hydras. Now they win by just building mutas. Like, easy race, right? I'm just kidding. That was really well played there by Castro. Lots of pressure. Did a great job expanding. His macro was insane. And so it's sad to say goodbye to Ziggy. I would be happy to be casting with him tomorrow. But at least he did win that sick 8-Rax game. So you know, gods can bleed. He was able to take that one game before he was eliminated.
Yeah, definitely. He showed us some good BBS before being eliminated, and like, it's still like, it's hard to be very good StarCraft 2 player and very good StarCraft 1 player, and it's still very impressive that he wants to play in StarCraft 1 and he wants to be competitive player in StarCraft 1, and he's like not mad for losing, but he's still learning. So definitely plays for him in BSL 9 if he will practice.